Highlights of our summer fall 22 Penguin Young Reader lists are a real treat to present to you today. In advance, thank you for all you do to bring our books to readers, and thank you, Baker and Taylor, for providing us with the opportunity to highlight our list. With her mega successful Reese's Book Club, which has launched books to the tops of bestseller lists, Reese Witherspoon has proven that she has great influence when it comes to the book-loving audience. She has millions of followers across all her social media platforms. We are excited to be publishing her picture book, Busy Betty, the start of a brand new series. In her debut, Betty gives her dog Frank a big hug and realizes he needs a bath, which is harder than she imagined. But Betty learns she can accomplish anything with perseverance, teamwork, and one great idea. Stephen Curry is considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time. His influence and legacy extend well beyond the NBA, as he is the founder of Eat, Learn, Play, a nonprofit organization that empowers underserved children and communities across the United States. I Have a Superpower is the empowering story that teaches kids you don't have to be the strongest, fastest, or even tallest kid out on the court. So long as you have heart, any goal is achievable through hard work and determination, even without a cape. Max Midas isn't like the other kids. Instead of trying to make friends, he decides to make millions and spends it all on what he loves best, gold. But one day, things get lonely inside his shiny castle, and Max finally learns that gold isn't worth anything without friends and family by your side. David Shannon's signature humor and hijinks are on full display in gold. I am pleased to introduce the Stories Change the World series. Brad and Chris are known for their biographies of real-life heroes, and with this series, they're tying together their love of superheroes with well-researched, kid-friendly biographies. Each story retells beloved, iconic fictional tales of heroism, providing a lively and fun first version of the myth and why it's inspirational and serving as a fantastic stepping stone to get young readers interested in nonfiction biographies. Meanwhile, Back on Earth gives a unique look at life on Earth with a cosmic perspective and an enduring message that what binds us together matters more than what sets us apart. This is a timely story for families everywhere. It is also based on a huge installation exhibit Oliver created that is traveling the world, showing people just how far the Earth is from other planetary objects and just how special it is that we're all living here. A young dancer may grow into a computer coder, a basketball player might become a poet, a class clown may one day serve as an inspiring teacher, and today's quiet empath might be tomorrow's great leader. The values of patience, generosity, kindness, and empathy, as well as the potential in any child to do great things, with the profound realization that your story is still being written, makes this a very special picture book. After losing a test of strength to another musk ox in his herd, Cozy is convinced he'll never impress his crush Lofty. When he attempts to help Bella, a beluga whale who is in danger of being caught in an inlet of freezing ice, he hopes to save her with his strength and win Lofty's heart as well. Jan Brett's newest story about this lovable character shows how helping your friends is the right thing to do, no matter who is watching. Nearly 4 million babies are born in the U.S. each year, and many of those are younger siblings. That means there are tons of kids joining the Big Kids Club each day. This book is perfect for them. This book will teach readers what every big kid needs to know about their baby sibling in a humorous and fun way by best-selling author and mother of three, Chelsea Clinton. From riding jetpacks to prancing on the moon, it's safe to say these might be the least boring sheep you've ever encountered. Julie Rowanzock's lovably goofy artwork pairs with a breathlessly silly text by SNL's Bobby Moynihan to make this the perfect read aloud. This is the kind of book that will appeal to both adults and children, with clever visual Easter eggs throughout that kids will enjoy discovering again and again with every reading. James Yang has won over 250 awards for illustrations. His distinctive subway art decorates the entire inside of many New York subway cars, visible to thousands of riders every day. In Go Sled Go, what could be more fun than a sled ride? Finding surprises on the way. There's a bunny, a moose, a snowman, and even a baker with cakes on the sled, with more surprises headed their way. Picking up after Quentin Dirk's hero quest, the last kids are happily reunited, but quickly faced with a monstrous new mission inside an other dimensional fortress. The evil Thrall, alongside a vile new villain, is carrying out a sinister plan in the eighth book in the number one best-selling Last Kids on Earth series. Award-winning author Sheila Turnage's newest novel is based on real-life U-boat bombings off Hatteras Island and the Outer Banks, which went unreported at the time for fear of scaring mainland U.S. citizens still recovering from the shock of Pearl Harbor during World War II. Island of Spies features everything Sheila does best: hilarious one-liners, tender depictions of family and friendships, sweeping mysteries, and larger-than-life heroes. Celia Perez's new book, Tumble, is about family, the one you're born into, the one you choose, and the one that chooses you. It's also about the weight of living up to a family legacy and the mythologies families create to avoid difficult truths. Tumble embodies everything readers adore about Celia's work: a unique subculture backdrop, unforgettable characters, a strong sense of place, and a smart protagonist with a complex interior life. Excuse me. We are so excited to be publishing Lisa McMahon's new series, The Forgotten Five. Kid characters learn to control their superpowers and grapple with their conflicted feelings for their parents, all while growing up and forming the unbreakable bonds of found family. This series is just right for the kind of middle grader who enjoys high concept stories about kids who use their unique skills and powers to fight bad guys. Catherine Arden is the queen of scares, and her chilling adventures have only escalated with each installment. Readers' hearts will be racing as the countdown to the climactic end nears in empty smiles. We have a unique reading experience with this series. The series delivers as first-rate horror novels with an exquisite literary voice, and the series has the potential to become classics. This title centers on the inequities of having access to water in Mumbai, focusing on class distinctions, poverty, clashes, and standing up for what is right. It has already been selected as a global read aloud. This is the exciting follow-up to They Call Me Guero, David's award-winning and critically acclaimed middle-grade novel in verse. David continues to write books that lead with joy but don't shy away from ugly truths. This book explores the traumas faced by Guero's undocumented classmates. On a bright May morning in 1963, Rufus and his buddies joined thousands of other students to peacefully protest in a local park. There they are met with policemen and firemen who turn their powerful hoses on them, and that's where Rufus realizes that they are the fire, and they will not be put out. Sheila Moses gives readers a deeply personal account of one boy's heroism during what came to be known as the Children's Crusade in this important novel that highlights a key turning point in the civil rights movement. Ayana Gray has created a captivating world of what she describes as full of monster, mythos, and magic, as we saw in her Beast of Prey, her debut novel. Beast of Ruin, her next book, takes readers even deeper into this breathtaking world, to the home of the god of death himself. Readers will be enthralled, and they won't romance between Coffee and Econ keeps birding as their physical separation and personal growth contributes to their own journeys. Their inevitable reunion will leave readers anxiously turning the pages. Set over 50 years after the events of Telegraph Club, this novel follows a new set of characters as they come of age in similarly turbulent times, while also offering a satisfying conclusion to Lily and Cass's story. I absolutely loved A Scatter of Light, just as I did Nina LaCour's We Are Okay. The characters are so well drawn, the relationships intense, first-time love so relatable you can feel it. This book from Melinda Lowe is sophisticated and gorgeous. Gloriously rich and utterly delightful, Miss Peregrine's Museum of Wonders is an indispensable guide to the peculiar world, perfect for longtime fans and new readers alike. Kristen Kishore's Sea Sparrow is a gripping story of betrayal and survival. Kishore twists her plot with characteristic daring, combining all the series' beloved fantasy qualities with a riveting humans against nature story in the next installment in the groundbreaking series that transformed the fantasy market. Complete with black and white photographs, a list of fun facts and things that kids can do right this very moment to help save tigers, elephants, and whale sharks from extinction. These books, with an introduction by animal advocate Chelsea Clinton, are a must-have for every family, school, and community library. This is our second year of publishing the She Persisted chapter book series. This year we feature 10 new chapter books about women who persisted, some from the existing picture books and some brand new. With Chelsea's introduction, written and researched by award-winning authors and scholars, along with black and white art, it is a perfect biography series. Interesting and accessible, each book also contains a list of what young readers can do today to honor and celebrate the subject of the book they've read. Here's a sampling of some of our Who HQ titles for Summer Fall 22. There are now more than 300 Who HQ titles with more than 60 million copies in print, and also with each subject ensuring something to appeal to every reader. Virginia Hall was deemed the most dangerous of all Allied spies by the Gestapo. Armed with her wits and her prosthetic legs, she was deployed behind enemy lines to inspire resistance in France, providing crucial support to fighting the Nazi occupation. In this largely untold story, Sonia Purnell uncovers the truth behind a Baltimore socialite who was essential to Allied victory. Adapted for the middle grade audience, A Woman of No Importance is equal parts an inspiring tale of feminism in a time when women weren't taken seriously, an epic spy story, and, of course, a retelling of winning one of the largest global conflicts in modern history. Since the late 1800s, it has been believed that Native American civilization has been wiped from the United States. The Heartbeat of Wounded Knee argues that Native American culture is far from defeated. If anything, it is thriving as much today as it was over 100 years ago. The Heartbeat of Wounded Knee looks at Native American culture as it exists today and the fight to preserve language and traditions. Adapted for young readers, this important young adult nonfiction book is perfect educational material for children and adults. Any kid who's ever begged for a dog or any pet at all will instantly empathize with the girls of Paws, and they won't be able to get enough of our doggos, who each have their own unique personalities that make them oh so lovable. And cat lovers won't be left out either with the introduction of the adorable Chunk in this book. With a diverse cast, stories that will inspire young entrepreneurs, an accelerated pub schedule, and simultaneous hardcover paperback releases, we are determined to make this series a success. This exciting new format for the Who HQ brand features compelling, immersive storytelling and gorgeous art that is unique to the featured writer and illustrator. The creators in this program are leading voices in the comics community. The authors and illustrators not only boast sizable social media followings, but also have garnered recognition from organizations like the National Book Awards, the Eisner Awards, and the Ignatz Awards, publishing simultaneous in full-color paperback and paper over board formats. Jennifer's first book, Hot Dog Girl, was one of the buzziest debuts of its year, and her novels Verona Comics and Some Girls Do have won acclaim for their emotional depth and inclusive casts. Kit Seaton's career is on the rise, with recent turns illustrating the graphic novel adaptations of Leigh Bardugo's Wonder Woman Warbringer and Alexandra Bracken's Brightly Woven. They have combined their talents to bring Coven, a witchy story that centers on three queer characters with relationships that are depicted with the complexity and nuance of current hits like Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up with Me and Bloom. That concludes my presentation. Please visit us here. Thanks again.